Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Today is Fri-Yay the 13th. October 13th. Friday, October 13th, 2023. My name is Jeremy, and this is my first cup. Oh. The fire just fell apart in the stove. Good thing the door was shut. I want to say good morning to Liz and Jenny and Stacy and all the rest of you out there. Whether you are watching, you know the deal. Live, later, or listening, thank you for coming by. I gotta start using that external camera. I don't love the camera on this computer. Oh well. I hope you are having a great day. I hope you're looking forward to a wonderful weekend. I hope you had a great week since I saw you last. Lots of things going on, and I'll run through some of them quickly. And then, of course, we've got jokes to share. We've got quotes to reference and talk about. And mostly, I'm just happy to be here with you today. So, the big things that are happening right now are pretty much everything all at once. Jenny dropped in the book division, they dropped a new book yesterday, which is awesome. I'm not going to steal her thunder, but if she wants to drop a link in the chat, that would be great. I am at a wedding for a member of the Whistlekick Core team this weekend. And fun fact, and I learned this yesterday, I'm doing much of the announcement, the MC work at this wedding, which is great. You know, a little bit practiced at such things, but I'm also in the wedding, so there are things where I can't do it. So that's fun. So later today, I have to pack up for that. Fortunately, I have everything I need. I just need to get packed. Next weekend, Free Training Day Pacific Northwest, and we're doing some recording out there, so I've got to get everything packed and ready to go for that too. Good morning, Carl. Carl says good morning from New Jersey. Had to make Friday the 13th. Well, I appreciate you doing so, and you know, I am drinking my coffee out of the mug that Carl made, the Friday the 13th mug. Available at whistlekick.com. Dennis says, Kiosa Campos 3 rules of marriage. Rule number 1, don't. Oh, come on now. Stacy says, don't forget to pack your lightsaber. I don't own a lightsaber. I don't. But there seems to be a bit of a Middle Earth vibe. So there are some personal touches to my wardrobe that I've received approval of that I will be bringing. So that's next weekend. And that finishes 5 weekends in a row of me being out and about and traveling. Kind of crazy. Things are nuts. Still trying to sell the house. Have a showing later today. The market's weird. The market is weird. What else is happening today? Yeah, my karate school is going well. Had a number of new people start. We're slowly incrementing up. And I'm letting everybody know, hey, once we get to 25 students, and we're at about 15. Once we get to 25 students, 15, maybe 16. I think we're at 16. We'll add a second day a week in a second location. So making it part of everybody's mission. Yeah. And Dennis is right. The housing market has cooled a bit due to higher interest rates. We will see. If I have to stick around here, I have to stick around here. It's not the end of the world. But it would be a better move. I might also rent it. We'll see. Options. I got options. What else do I want to share with you? Oh, all the stuff around Marshall Summit. Just a heads up and a reminder. I hope to see all of you at Marshall Summit November 9th through 12th, Keene, New Hampshire. We are finalizing details like crazy right now. Don't forget, it's not too late to get a hotel room. You won't get the small discount that we had negotiated, but you can still get a hotel room at the Best Western Executive Court in Keene. There's only one Best Western in Keene. I believe it's an Executive Court edition. It's like trim on a car. It's an LX, whatever that means. But I'm reading the comments. It's distracting me. What else? Just getting everything dialed in. Just to remember, a reminder. And for those of you who have attended Matic Level 1, I will be sending out an email maybe as soon as today. You now have the option for getting exclusive shirts and hoodies as Level 1 instructors. And yes, Level 2 instructors, we have them there as well. So we're putting it all together. All these pieces are going together, and I can't thank Andrew enough. He's doing such an incredible job. He really is. I could not pull off what we are doing now by myself, not even close. My coffee tastes funny, and that doesn't make me happy. Oh well. So I want to know for you, what are you doing this weekend? What have you done in the last week? What are your wins from the last week? What are you looking forward to in the coming week? Let me know. Let me know. Stacy says she booked a room. Smashy and I will be in attendance. Next up, tickets to the banquet. That's awesome. Banquet tickets are selling well. Andrew and I talked yesterday about the menu. Made a couple modifications to it that actually make it better. You know, one of the challenges is that a lot of restaurants, if the chef doesn't or is not or has not been a vegetarian or a vegan, that they don't think in that way. And so they had some dishes where meat and non-meat pieces were together, and it was like, let's just put them out separately. People can put the meat on if they want to, but they don't have to. So we keep making those adjustments, and things are going well there. I'm excited for that meal. And just a reminder, we've only got 125 tickets. We're trying not to go crazy our first year because we want to make sure we can accommodate everybody. And yeah, the room can handle it, but there's also the caterer and, you know, being able to check people in time and just all these things. So 125 tickets and max, and none will be available day of. So please don't wait. I know there are going to be people who wanted to attend but cannot attend, and it's going to make me sad. Stacy says challenges gluten-free and vegan options, and what we're doing for anybody like that is we're just going to have them put together a separate meal. And Jenny says, because they keep the gluten, dairy, peanuts, and soy in a bowl on the side too. No, my friend, you will get a separate meal. Dennis says, hopefully going to train with Karen at monthly training tomorrow, so long as Nikki goes with her mom and brother on his college tour. Otherwise, I'm here on stepdad duty. Well, I hope regardless you have a good day. What else? Oh, I wanted to call attention to. Well, do I want to bring that up? Yes, I'm going to bring this up. Okay, so for Marshall Summit / Free Training Day Northeast, for the first time, we are having most of the shirts printed day of the event. People will be able to come, pick, what kind of shirt they want, and the prices are reasonable, $20, $25 for most of the t-shirts. And there are even some options. When Andrew was running through the list with me yesterday during our meeting, some things that I went, really, that's it? Some of these things are quite affordable. If you purchase a VIP bundle, you get the special edition of the shirt. Those will be printed ahead of time. And I did a first draft of the mock-up of the back. The front's the logo. The back is the sponsors in a fun way. And I did a mock-up of that yesterday. We might make some changes to it. We're still trying to bring in another food truck. We've got 2 food trucks. Trying to get 3. But there are 2 other apparel items that are available only for 2 more weeks that the sponsor who is putting everything together is allowing us to do. The first is sweatpants. And the second is a leather patch hat. Now, if you go to whistlekick.com, you can find them. The sweatpants are not exactly the same, but they're I've felt the pants. They are the new edition of the Whistlekick sweatpants. And I know a lot of you have those and you have not been able to replace them for years. You're probably still holding on to them. Go grab those. We got to sell 6 of them. I'll probably buy a pair. Yeah, Andrew will probably buy a pair. So we got to sell like 4 more. Because we have not been promoting those because there's so much other stuff going on to promote, and there's only so much I can throw at people before their brains explode. All right. Keep running stuff in the chat for me. Keep letting me know what's going on with you. I'm curious, let's put the link to the pantry here. I don't know what you mean, my friend. All right. Let's switch over to jokes. I want to thank Frank for all he does to the pants. Whistlekick.com and do a search for Cloud9. I can't do links right now. It takes too much away from the show, but maybe somebody else can find them and post them. Yeah. All right. Thank you to Frank for all you do for the show. Thank you to Josh for our theme song, and thank you to Denise for the audio feed. This button. Jokes for Fun Day Friday. October is American Pharmacist Month. Wow. Pharmacists are having a rough go of it right now. I don't know if anybody follows such things, but there was a walkout at Walgreens, a lot of Walgreens nationally this week. Yeah. Good morning, Brian. So let's see what these pharmacist jokes bring us. Our local politician just opened a neighborhood pharmacy store. He is now a pillar of the community. That is cheesy. A newborn pony walks into a pharmacy. Asks the pharmacist, "Do you have any Cepacol lozenges? I'm a little hoarse." Why should you be quiet inside a pharmacy? You might wake the sleeping pills. As a pharmacist who usually writes instruction labels for oral medications, most of what I say to patients is in jest. That's a dentist level joke right there. I can't believe I failed my drug test today. Looks like I'll never be a pharmacist. It's not easy being a pharmacist. Sometimes I feel like I'm just going through the Motrins. Seeing the cars, house, and lifestyle of the pharmacy owner, friends and relatives accused him of ill-gotten wealth. And finally, where did the pharmacist turned actor store his measuring equipment? In the dramatic. Ooh, we got a couple puns going on in there. I like that one. Well done, Frank. Thank you, Frank. I like this one. As a pharmacist who usually writes instruction labels for oral medications, most of what I say to patients is in jest. Oh, and Stacy's dropped that link in the chat. Nope, that's Dennis. Here we go. Cloud9 Sweatpants version 2. Good morning to you, Brian. And those sweats are comfy. Super comfy. Basically, I need everybody to order like one pair. Like, if all of you order one pair, everything works out fine. I will make sure that they get that. If you order a pair, you will get them. It just might mean that I might lose $20 on it. That's kind of what we're trying to avoid here. So I don't want you to feel like you might spend the money and then you might not get anything. My coffee came out poorly today. It makes me very sad. I don't know why. Well, hopefully the second cup is better. So Friday the 13th. Anybody watching any horror movies today? Anybody celebrating their day with some Whistlekick merch? We've got this graphic. Carl made this great graphic. It's available on a mug. There's a pint glass. I think he did something else too. I think there's a wearable. I think there's a t-shirt. There's so much that goes on at whistlekick.com that I cannot keep track of it all. And I'm focused on a few things. And some of you know about some of those things. Some of them are not quite ready for rollout. We had some testing that yielded some issues on some technical stuff. And that appears, knock on wood, to have been resolved. And we've got other things in place. We've already got our initiatives for 2024 set. I don't play around. I do not play. Jenny says she's using her mug today. Nice. It's just nice to sit. Today's going to be a crazy day. Many of you know I have 2 vehicles, and the used car market is so weird that I'm going to go sell one of them to the dealership today, and they're giving me money. It's not like I'm buying a house with the money, but it's not a small amount of money. So we're going to make some adjustments on the financial side of things, tighten the belt a little bit. Not because we have to, but because when those opportunities come up, why would you not do that? But here's the weird thing. Everybody's busy. Nobody can drive me home. So I have to put my bicycle in the back of the car. And it's not warm out. And I got to make sure the tires are good. I might have to inflate the tires. We will see. Liz says, just ordered a pair of sweatpants. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Jenny says, it may not surprise you that I love Friday the 13th. It does not surprise me at all. You're a scary weirdo, my friend. Dennis says, I use some variation of a Whistlekick mug every day. I will say, here's what I'm going to say. The VIP bundles, if you are a fan of Whistlekick merch, you will be very happy with your bundle. If you are a fan of behind the scenes things, if you are a fan of interesting, secretive, non-public things, you will appreciate your VIP bundle. If, let's see what else. Basically, if you're going to free training day, you're going to appreciate your bundle. You get to pick your size shirt, but everything else, we're gonna make sure that you get that. And Andrew and I checked yesterday as we were talking about it in our meeting. We can't use bags. They won't hold everything. We got to do boxes this year. It's VIP bundle boxes this year. We are not publicly announcing that. Brian asked, selling the Jeep. No, I'm selling my RAV4. Carl says he's watching It tonight after sparring using his Friday the 13th mug as well. Mm-hmm. And Dennis's mug comment, Stacy says, that's like Craig saying he wears a dragon hoodie. All right, quote time. I'm enjoying just kind of the chatting, the bantering that's happening. Where are we? Dennis says VIP boxes. Yes, VIP boxes. Some of them will be quite large. I also expect that, much like trading cards, these are not going to be trading cards, but I suspect that much like trading cards, there will be some exchanging happening throughout the day. All right. Quotes. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill. In every faith, in seemingly every prominent motivational sort of person, Tony Robbins, etc., the focus is on gratitude and giving. Now, there's a saying that I've heard kicked around in the professional circles for a very long time. If you focus on getting other people what they want or need, businesses tend to work out. And you can kind of see that in the philosophy of Whistlekick. We did not hit the ground coming up with every possible thing we could sell. In fact, the majority of what we do not sell. The majority of what we do as a company is free. And what has that done? That has built a loyal customer base who do things like use a variation of a Whistlekick mug every day. Do we make a lot of money on those mugs? Nope. But what's the mission of Whistlekick? To support you in your martial arts lifestyle. So if you love Whistlekick enough as a martial artist that you're using a Whistlekick mug every day, we've kind of done our job. There's a business philosophy called the 1,000 True Fans model. That if you can build a business where 1,000 people are willing to spend $100 a year on your business, everything works out. We're not at the 1,000 mark, but we're closer than we were. And with some of the things that we are launching later this year, some of them possibly as soon as later today, we're going to be good. Jenny says, the first time I heard this quote, I found it as my fortune inside a fortune cookie. I remember that because we played that game where you add in bed to the end of the fortune completely changes the meaning. Yeah. Also, the Winston Churchill part changes the meaning. Oh, you guys. Yeah, my coffee doesn't taste good. Makes me sad. Even when bad things happen, you have to try to use those bad things in a positive manner and really just take the positive out of it. Natalie Dutoit. My French is not good at all. Natalie Dutoit. We're going to say it obviously badly. I've gotten a lot better at this. So, and I have a call with a potential client today. That client and I had a call scheduled for last week. They no-showed. And if this had happened a few years ago, I would have been really upset about it. But I looked at it really differently. I said, okay, either something's happened, maybe there was a miscommunication, something like that, and that tells me something about how I'm going to need to communicate with this person. Or perhaps they've blown me off, and I would rather know that now before the relationship starts than we get, a month or two in, and now there's money in the mix and it complicates things. Or maybe there's something else I didn't know, and it was the first one. And it helps me set the tone for how I'm going to communicate with this person. Was it a bad thing? I guess I could look at it that way. How about when someone says they don't want to be in your life? It saves you from wasting the time. Personally, professionally, romantically. There's what's that quote? Maya Angelou, when people tell you who they are, believe them. I would say a huge amount of our pain in modern life is not believing people when they tell us. And our final quote today. The best way to make your dreams come true is to wake up. Paul Valery. How often do you spend time just thinking about what you want your life to be? Before anything can happen, you have to believe it can happen. If you teach martial arts, you know that you're never promoting someone to black belt or any rank until they believe they can do the work and they put in the work to get to that level. Until you think it can happen, it does not happen. It will not happen. Thus, anything you want, the first step should be finding a way to believe that it can happen. Doesn't mean you have to know how. There are lots of things I'm doing. I don't know how they're going to work out. I don't know how Whistlekick's going to get everyone in the world to train for 6 months. But I believe it's possible. And I can see a lot of ways that we can get a lot of people. So I'm going to keep working on those. Oh, it's getting weird in the chat. I'm not even putting these comments on screen. That's how weird it's getting. You guys are silly. Don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to imagine a better version of your life. Don't be afraid to see that the same way you approach your training to get a little bit better every time at something is exactly the way that you can make your life better. You don't change everything overnight. You pick one thing and you work on it. Chip away. Whether we're talking about martial arts approaches, 1% better, or we're talking about eating an elephant one bite at a time, we're talking about how do you carve a statue out of marble by slowly taking away everything that's not the statue, right? We see this philosophy in a lot of things. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year. They underestimate what they can do in longer periods of time. It's good to have goals for this year. But the further out you set your goals, the more likely you achieve them. And I don't mean that, I'm going to set the goal to save $100 for 10 years from now. I mean, what do I really want in 10 years? I want to save $1 million. Okay? So walk that backwards. Where do I want to be in 5 years? Where do I want to be at the end of this year? Where do I want to be tomorrow? Stuff to think about. Thanks, Jenny. I appreciate all of you, and I'm so glad that you were here. If you're watching later, please consider joining us live. It's a lot of fun, and most of that has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the chat over here on the side. Most people show up on Facebook, but you can also join us on YouTube and on Twitch. If you want to support us, whistlekick.com, use the code FIRSTCUP15 to pick something up at 15% off, like a pair of those sweatpants or one of those hats or pretty much anything else. The event stuff, banquet tickets, things like that are not discountable. Somebody snuck through with a discount on one of them. I'd forgotten to change it and add it to the non-discounted group. I'm not going to make them pay the extra. That's on me. But just know, if you do ever go buy something, try to buy something for an event specifically, like those bundles, stuff that we've priced very specifically, you're probably not getting a discount on that. That's not It's not broken. It just means that we've kept the price as low as we can. Because when we sell things that can be discounted, we have to account for the discount price. I know, it's crazy. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I wish you well, and I will see you back here in a week. Take care, everybody. Peace.